So here's the second portion of my presentation, and it's all about student involvement and parent-teacher conferences. Student-led conferences are benefits students and adults. We are both focused on the student's work, strengths, areas for growth, and progress. And it encourages student responsibility and accountability for learning and fosters collaboration between parents, teachers, and the child. Here is a video of the student-led conference, and ways to prepare for the student-led conference are carefully chosen work samples that reflect strengths and areas for improvement. This allows for students to practice the conference discussion. Progress reports sent ahead of time will kind of give the parents an idea of what they're learning, and staff collaboration. Here are some resources. Here are some sample questions you can have for the parents that you can have ready. Here's a student-led conference agenda, schedule, goal setting, reflection, and teacher input sheets. If you click on this link, this is a link for how to run student-led conferences, and this is a link of a student-led conference checklist. Here are other ways to get students involved. You can do a beginning of the year goal setting sheet, and this right here has a link on how an example of one. An end of the year reflection sheet. Here's an example to a link of one of those. Here's another one for student portfolios. Another link to show what student portfolios look like, and student work is another way to involve the students. Together, you and your students can pick out work to show their parents and talk about their progress and what they need to work on. The next portion is about before parent-teacher conferences. An action plan is always great to have, because action plans will help you plan on helping this child and how the parents can help. What should the students do? Who else can help? And what is the result? It answers the who, the purpose, the action, notes, and the results. Things that can be addressed are behavior, academics, and accountability. And it follow up after action plans with parents is always important, because you can set up all these great ideas and structures, but if you don't let the parents know how it's going, then they could get upset or feel like you're not following through with them, and it builds parent-teacher communication and student support. Preparing for conferences, you can send home a personal letter or invitation with agendas and RSVPs to notify parents of conference dates. Coordinate with other teachers that have siblings to avoid double booking and overscheduling. Make the conference as long or short as it needs to be, depending on what the parents need to know. Call the parents personally who do not respond to invitations. Send home reminders once a week before, or send home reminders 1 week before conferences. Contact parents who do not show up and try to get them to reschedule. Try to remain flexible, possibly over a phone or a video conference if parents cannot come in. And if parents have young children, you could possibly supply them with things for them to do, such as coloring pages, blocks, and puzzles. Resources. This worksheet right here will help you before you start your parent-teacher conferences to help prepare for the discussions that need to happen. During the conference, fill out portions with the parents to address questions and concerns and brainstorming. This right here is a teacher worksheet to help prepare for student conferences. It has a purpose for the meeting, the time, who will be attending, and whether or not a follow-up needs to be made. Sometimes every time I have a parent-teacher conference, I always have a notebook, and a list of questions or concerns parents have, so I can refer back to it the next day or the week after to see what I can do to help out that parent, or what other communications and modes and meetings we need to have, because I only have about 18 to 20 students per conference parents. But even with that many, I just get so confused and, it's just a blur. So this will help keep you accountable and to help the parents. So this is a worksheet to help you with that. Creating an agenda is very important for parent-teacher conferences because you only have a certain allotted amount of time and you have to stay on time to respect other parents. Some of the things that I like to share are the MAPS scores, their child's reading level, behavioral concerns, reading skills, math skills, Ames Web scores, science skills, social studies skills, student work samples, and online resources such as ABC, like the logins for ABC Mouse, education.com, and IXL.com. During parent-teacher conferences. Tips for a successful conference. Dress professionally, promptly start the conference on time, share why you like their child, remain calm and positive, listen carefully and reflectively, and emphasize the spirit of collaboration and cooperation. Oops, I went too far. Once parents are there, welcome parents and thank them for their time. Make it a positive statement about their child or ask them about them. Mention the child's strength first, briefly discuss the student's progress in each area, show student work, briefly discuss the student's behavior, work habits, social skills, give parents time to discuss their concerns, set goals and a plan for the student, and plan for a follow-up discussion, restate main points of the conference, and end with a positive note. Thank you for coming, and take notes from conferences to refer back to. After parent-teacher conferences. Following up with a parent after conferences can be extremely important. You can let them know about the action plan progress, answer any questions that were brought up, and you can also have parents fill out this form right here below that you click on, and it will inform teachers of what may need to be further addressed in a later conversation. Involving the students. Student follow-up is also another important tool you can use. You can keep it safe and stray away from divulging confidential information from the child's parents. You don't want to make the student feel uncomfortable with, maybe their parents told you that they just got diagnosed with ADHD, or they struggle at home, or they hate reading. You don't want to do any of that. You just want to kind of keep it positive. You also want to keep this short, especially with the grade levels that we teach at our school. Give a short overview of the conference and discuss a couple of things you can work on together. Keep it reassuring. Reassure the student that you enjoyed the meeting with their parents. Keep it a conversation. Listen to the students. Don't just talk. You have to listen to them also. And last is keep it positive. Build the student up by saying you believe that they can achieve their goals. Thank you for participating. Please fill out a quick survey below as your exit ticket to inform me on how the presentation went for you. And here are my references. If there is anything else that I can do to help you out, please let me know and I will do my best to get you the answers that you are looking for. Thank you.